Good morning, good evening, and welcome to World of Warships. My name is Robin, and today we are going to sail in the Tier X German Battleship, Großer Kurfürst. I am back from my vacations, and I have spent a wonderful Christmas with my family. I wish that you had a good time as well, and thank you for tuning in the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will enjoy your time here. The ship we are about to sail with has 12 406mm guns with a top range of 20.6 kilometers, 105,800 points of health, and a top speed of 30 knots. The anti-air defense rating of this ship is at 85, her surface detection range is 15.9 kilometers, and her armor thickness goes from 19 to 400 millimeters. For the modules, I've installed Auxiliary Armament Modification 1, Secondary Battery Modification 2 and 3, Damage Control System Modification 1, Steering Gear Modification 2 and Concealment System Modification 1. For my commander, Basic Firing Training and Expert Marksman. Yes, only that, because the battle you are about to see was my very first one on this huge ship that is the Großer Kurfürst. I mean, look at this thing. It is so massive that I wondered if I would have enough room to put all my animations around it. We are rocking the Restless Fire camouflage. Jesus, I unlocked 85 of them trying to open my Christmas crates, so I have plenty to use on my ships now. But that's enough of these descriptions. Let's take this monster of steel to battle. Here we are on the map, the Atlantic. This is the Bastion mode, and we have spawned on the southwest part of the map, in front of Zone 1. Now our team is positioned to focus Zone 2, 3 and 4, so I'm going to turn to starboard and forget about 1. The matchmaking is pretty good, even numbers of classes and tiers, so this should be interesting. I am not using the 420mm version of the guns on this ship. I'm a fan of the 406. I'm used to its ballistic, and the reload time was such a pain for the 420 that I did not see the advantage over the small damage buff, and I guess the better penetration. Plus, I always like to get close and personal when engaging a target, so the faster the reload, the better it is. This was unknown territory for me. I had never played the Kurfürst before, never got to try its handling, what it could and could not do, the efficiency of the guns, etc. I immediately noticed, though, that it was way more sluggish compared to my beloved Montana, but considering the size of this ship, there was no way it could be as agile as its American counterpart. Armor-wise, though, this ship is one of the tankiest I ever saw. And oops, I'm going to run into the Yamato. I did not saw it on the minimap. My entire bad. And first target of the day will be an enemy Ibuki. As my first shot, now was pretty bold, 18 kilometers. I lead the target, expecting her to turn towards the east and show more sides, and my shots are going to land for... Wait, I did not even hit the Ibuki. I hit an unknown target for 2,500 points of damage. Alright, I guess that's good. But I wanted a devastating strike out of you, Kurfürst. You are already a disappointment. Now look at the marvelous torpedo soup happening towards Zone 2 and 3. Both of our Shimikazes have unloaded. The enemy Kurfürst is saying hello from long range. I'm going to take a responsive fire. He's stringing me a pretty good broadside, and I want to punish him for that. One other thing I've noticed with the guns of the Kurfürst is this. That freaking sound, man. It's insane. My shot is going to land for almost 10,000 points of damage. Pretty good. His shots are mostly going to bounce off of my armor, and I should not be pushing in that fast. There is torpedoes incoming from the enemy Shimakazes. I have to angle in and evade them. And I have no idea what happened there. Our friendly Benson just got taken out by the fort. That's gotta be the most humiliating way to die, especially at the beginning of a battle like this. But hey, I won't judge. Smoke have been laid down. That is going to cover my progression. Enemy Yamato is showing me a pretty good broadside as well. And I'm going to take the shot. The dispersion is not really good, honestly, and I deal no damage to my target. German battleships are known for their long-range inaccuracy, and I guess the Kurfürst is no exception. The enemy Kurfürst is still dedicated to shoot at my ship. He is still showing me a good broadside. I'm going to lead the target, and my shots are going to land for pretty good damage, 12,000 points. I guess that's a fair trade for now, Kurfürst. And I'm about to set up another salvo at my German counterpart when I notice the backing up broadside Ibuki. I immediately switch to her, take the shot, a little bit ahead of my normal prediction in case she stops or go forward, and I land a citadel, securing the kill and granting us first blood. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's keep going that way, shall we? Our team has kept Zone 4, but the enemy team is moving to deny it. Some of our force sailed down south to secure Zone 1, and they should not have any trouble taking it. And at this point I am just testing out the guns. The reload is very nice, under 28 seconds, and since the enemy Kurfürst still want to show me his side, I'm going to help myself and send some love his way. I'm taking fire. I might be one of the only ships that the enemy team can see at this point, and I have to back up so I don't get focused. My shot at the Kurfürst did minimal damage, and I'm going to target the Mikhail Kutuzov. He has taken a torpedo and is showing me a pretty good broadside. My shot is gonna land for 2 citadels, and I'm going to take the Kutuzov out of the battle. The enemy team is rebalancing the kill counter pretty effectively and has taken the lead point-wise. We need to defend our northern zone, and apparently my team is having unexpected trouble capping Zone 1 down south. An enemy Yamato, escorted by the enemy Kurfürst, are capturing Zone 4, so I'm going to set up my salvo to try and reset the cap. 9,000 on the Kurfürst, pretty good damage, and I am out of targets. The island is blocking the way. I have to rotate around it if I want to assist our forces in the north. An enemy destroyer is trying to capture Zone 3, and this could be trouble. We are spreaded all over the map and could get picked off one at a time. We need to regroup and push to take control of at least one side of the map. Otherwise, this could be a quick defeat. Enemy Yamato is dodging incoming torpedoes. And that's going to leave him exposed to my salvo. He is showing a perfect broadside, and my shots are going to finish him off for 22,000 points of damage. We secure our 3rd kill of the match, and we have now 2 ship advantage over the enemy. I am angling against a potential salvo from the enemy Kurfürst. Torpedoes are in the water, nothing I can dodge. The Kurfürst is dealing with friendly torpedoes though, and is showing a good side. I'm going to aim for the superstructure, and oh, nice, very nice damage. 14,000 is nothing to scoff at. We are successfully denying the cap on Zone 4. Now that the Yamato is out, the only ship inside the zone is the Kurfürst. Keeping him under fire is top priority right now. The Großer Kurfürst's superstructure is so high and big that if you want to deal consistent damage to this specific ship, that's what you aim for. And talking about consistent damage, here is another 14,000 points of damage. Our friendly Benson has taken a lot of damage, but is sustaining fire on the German battleship. That is going to attract his attention, and unfortunately, the Benson gets taken out. And the Kurfürst is still showing me a perfect broadside, and my shells are gonna hit him hard for almost 21,000 points of damage. That's more than 45,000 damage dealt to the target in 3 salvos. I gotta say, I was impressed by the gun's performance. Our Shimakaze finishes off the enemy Kurfürst, and now I have a Friedrich der Große engaging my ship. I take responsive fire, and my friendly destroyer is covering our position with smoke. I land 5,000 on the German battleship, but he's angling away. I have to find another target to punish. Here's the Montana, almost sitting bow on towards Zone 4. He is engaged with our allied J-pits, and I want to assist. The Montana is also angling in. I wait for him to stabilize his course before I take my shot. And again, the enemy team has rebalanced the kill counter and still have the lead point-wise. Our force down south have been defeated or has fallen back to Zone 3. They're in a position to capture Zone 2, but it's not of my concern, since I'm wandering far away from any objectives. My shots at the Montana do no damage at all. He is now completely neutral and I can't do much about it. Our Tier X is in a bad spot and doesn't seem to be winning the engagement. Our friendly Shimakaze is moving, surely to launch some torpedoes towards the American battleship. I can't seem to be able to do any damage to the Montana, and he takes out our friendly Tier X that I was hopelessly trying to support. The rest of our force that was around Zone 3 is now about to rotate around the island. We could take control of the northern part of the map and fight from there, but first we need to clear it of any enemy threats, and that's not going to be an easy job. I can't seem to do any good damage to the Montana. Torpedoes are on their way, and now we have a ship disadvantage. There is almost no one defending 2 and 3, we are in a tight spot here. I take fire from the Der Großer, and at this point I'm moving to intercept. I have to bait the enemy ships up north and get their attention while our destroyers and cruisers capture Zone 4. The Montana finally gets taken out, and we can secure the objective. I'm going to rotate my guns on my starboard side. I do not want to wander too far away from the action. I think I'm a valuable asset for the team and I have to assist them up close, especially in this tight situation. We've managed to again rebalance the ship counter. This is getting down to the wire, and the enemy team is still in the lead. Der Großer is border humping. Exactly what you should not do when your team needs you. We have to get rid of him as soon as possible before we get flanked by the 1,000 enemy force. First shot, missed the target. My back guns are ready to fire. I land a good 8,000. The Friedrich is starting to show more of his side. Front guns take the shot. and another 8,000. Secondaries are in range and opening up, but I'm going to take cover from the island before he can take fire on me. We have an enemy Shimakaze in front of us, detected by our friendly destroyer. I'm going to have to trust my team on taking her out, because I have to dedicate my efforts on the Friedrich. Shimakaze is popping her smoke. Torpedoes are going to be on their way in no time. I'm going to try and bait the prediction, while I'll take the shot on the fully broadsided deck crosser. We secure our 4th kill of the battle, and somehow the Shimakaze's torpedoes were detected, probably by our friendly destroyer. I have plenty of time to evade them, and we secured Objective 4. Our friendly Shimakaze is doing a great job spotting her counterpart. The friendly cruiser is assisting, even though she's kind of far away. Torpedoes are easily dodged, and I'm trying to set up a shot on her, but unfortunately the island is in the way, and I won't be able to have a clear line of sight. The enemy is capturing Zone 3, and is shortly after surely going to cap Zone 2. We cannot let them keep their point advantage. We have a ship, superiority, and we have to use it. Whoops, I'm going to Alt Tab for a second there. Enemy Tirpitz in the distance is showing a pretty good side. I'm going to take a shot over the island, hoping to get good damage. He is moving towards Objective 2. Unfortunately, my shot completely misses the target. Our friendly Shimakaze seemed to be winning the engagement with her enemy counterpart, and the message is clear. All 3 of us have to push Zone 2 and 3. We have 5 minutes to get rid of them, otherwise they might win by a point. And there we go. Our friendly Shimakaze have successfully taken out the enemy destroyer. The victory is completely possible, we just have to reach and take it. Seeing that my friendlies are moving on the left side of the island, I decide to go on the right and try to flank the Tirpitz progression. There is still an enemy cruiser in the area. We have no idea what kind of ship it is. Oh, it's the Zhao, right here. She's showing me a pretty good broadside. Unfortunately, she pops out of detection right before I take the shot. Some shells are going to land for some overpenetrations, and I'm going to set up to welcome the Tirpitz. I'm waiting for all my guns to reload, and I'm also waiting for him to turn inside my shots. Decent 8,000 points of damage at the superstructure. The enemy Zhao is capturing Zone 2, but unfortunately I am not really aware of her position. She sets me on fire, of course, it's a Zhao. And I'm trying to set up a last shot on the Tirpitz. He takes cover from the island. I'm going to immediately switch to the Zhao. She's showing me a broadside-ish. Our front guns are ready, I take the shot, and I take the Zhao out with a lucky penetration on her aft. We earned Kraken Unleashed and High Caliber. And finally, my secondaries are opening up on the Tirpitz. He seems to have pitched himself near the fort, and since he's the last survivor, that's really bad news for him. He's gonna hit my side, pretty hard though. 12,000 with only 4 shells. Nice shot, Tirpitz. I am at the superstructure with all my guns ready. I deal 7,000 points of damage, and we earned Confederate. We got it. We got the victory. The Tirpitz is doomed. I'm angled against him. My secondaries are opening up on him. The friendly Yamato and the friendly cruisers are right behind the island, ready to finish him. But I want the kill, and I'm going to take it. And that was a hard-fought victory. More than 200,000 points of damage dealt, 4,800 XP earned, and almost 500,000 credits gained. We've achieved Confederate, First Blood, Kraken Unleashed, and High Caliber. That was a surprisingly good first ever battle with the Kurfürst. The match was down to the wire and I loved that. I really enjoy securing a victory against odds that were not in our favor. I did my part, mostly finishing off wounded enemies, but the damage was good and the decision making effective enough for me to call this battle a good battle. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching it until the end. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and if you did, and you're a kind heart, give it a like, and stay tuned. There is more content to come about World of Warships. Until then, you have a good one, and you take it easy.